I'm going to start by saying I'm going to give Mikel Arteta some credit. He's brought a new style of like pressing to football, which I kind of admire. It's called depressing. So
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki brought to you by Chit Chatter Podcast Network. I'm here with my Kaki bros, Ned and Paul today. Usually we will do an introduction, right? But because we are recording it on transfer deadline day, right? The past 3 hours have been really very chaotic in a sense where I kind of like have to kind of jump past the intro and just do a summary right now. Ned, congratulations. Isak was on the other day. Mark Gahey just signed.
Mark Gahey just signed, yeah.
Like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh, Bayern just signed Jackson.
Huh?
Yeah.
Bayern just signed Jackson.
Bayern just signed Nicholas Jackson.
They signed him on loan, but the fee is like 16.5 million.
Yeah,
Loan
loan
fee.
plus buy clause. I'm looking at like Fab's like Twitter feed right now. I think I'm going to be refreshing it throughout the whole episode.
It's chaotic. Then the other one is that, okay, so Javier has gone to Aston Villa.
Yes, I'm pretty bummed about that.
Akanji is going to Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Kolo Muani is going to Spurs.
Donnarumma
Yeah,
is
that's
going to
crazy.
City.
Donnarumma is going to City. Wissa is going to Newcastle.
Yeah,
Rich Nelson
Finally
is
got
going
it
to
done.
Brentford.
finally got it done.
Then a few hours ago, Anthony finally went on to Betis, right? And then we've got Freedom Fighter on loan to Aston Villa, right? I tell you, right, this whole day, if you're a football fan and you're watching this whole thing, right, it's like you cannot breathe like that. Plus also, United were in for Lemons and Emi Martinez at the same time, but United got the deal over line with Lemons, right? So and in the end, right, Emi Martinez currently is not with our club, and there are rumors that he's going to go to Galatasaray.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. I think we just gotta like take it easy for now.
Yeah.
See what comes up, and then we'll aptly react to it, and then we'll see. We'll go from there.
Yeah, I agree. Because like honestly, right, guys, if apologies to everybody, right, if we randomly like halfway we're talking about something, right, then suddenly we just cut to a transfer news, right, it's because probably just popped up. So we are just reacting according to any transfer news that happens in the next like 30 to 45 minutes while we're recording this. So we shall see what's happening. So on a side note, Ned is wearing his brand new Liverpool jersey.
Yes,
because
sir.
Liverpool beat Arsenal 1-0. I've
Dude.
got a lot of things to say about that.
What a game! My girlfriend had to tell me to shut up once the Szoboszlai scored that goal. She's like, "Babe, it's 12 in the morning." I'm like, "You don't get it."
No.
Man.
Dude, I totally understand, right? Like for me, I went to watch the United game, right, at Harry's Bar at Robertson Quay with the AOS podcast boys, right? Bruh, it was so chaotic, but it was so much fun. But that match was not good for my blood pressure.
That game was the movable object versus the stoppable force. This game is what I like to call panic football. Everyone's trying to do everything. People are falling all over the place. The injury rate goes up by 50%. But it doesn't matter because it's entertaining as hell.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. We're not really like gonna say anything that is wrong, but I mean, let's look at it this way. It was harder than it needed to be. Let's just call it that, right? And I won't go too much into that, right? But just that as a perspective from me as a United fan, right? The conversion rate was horrible, right? As it stands, right? I was talking to Paul, right? We have about almost 70 shots total over the 3 games in the EPL, which is one of the highest like amount of shots, right? But our conversion rate is only 6%. The only players that have scored like proper goals is Mbeumo and Bruno, because the other 2 goals that we scored were own goals.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call the Bruno goal a proper goal. It's a penalty.
Okay, like only the Mbeumo goal was a
Only
was a
Mbeumo
proper
goal, yeah.
So we've only got 1 proper goal out of, don't know, 60, 70 shots on target, right? In comparison, Liverpool, right, have got a 22% conversion rate. So
Look, like I said, I think you just don't have the venom in front just yet. Sesko could be that guy for you, but he's obviously not match fit right now, so you
Nope.
just have to wait and see.
But I mean, like the only thing I can say, right, was when the cross came in from Mbeumo, right, the jump that he made, right, his head was higher than the crossbar. That kind of left me at like, yep, this guy's got athleticism, but I think he still needs time to adapt. We finally got a new goalkeeper, but I have a lot of question marks. He's relatively unknown, right? And considering the fact that he's only played first team football for 1 year, you're paying the 20 plus million for potential rather than anything, right? And on a side note, 3 Manchester United former managers have gotten sacked this week. Ole got sacked.
That's crazy
Oh, yeah,
as
man.
that.
Ole got sacked. Mourinho got sacked.
Mourinho got
Ten Hag got sacked just now, and Ten Hag only
Yeah.
was 2 games in charge of Bayer Leverkusen.
3.
Was it 3?
3, one win, one
Two
draw,
Premier
one
League,
loss.
yeah. I think 2
Bro.
league games, right?
Two,
Or
I
three
think it was
league
a-
games, yeah.
What's going on? This is not the actual what's going on, but I just want to ask what's going on.
Musical
They
chairs.
saw it and then they were like,
Musical
I had
chairs.
enough, yeah.
Okay, from what I understand, the Ten Hag situation is because he's had a falling out with the board.
Okay, regarding?
So I have no
Bro,
idea.
you're not
It's
getting
just
Onana,
like-
bro.
Yeah, it's just no agreements, can't get along with the board. That's why he's been sacked so fast. I think Mourinho, I sort of know it's because like he's a bit too much of a wild cannon, even though he's
Yep.
won both games for Fenerbahce this season so
Yep.
far. And with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I'm not exactly too sure. I didn't follow that situation.
Ole, I just think that it's just wrong timing because I thought he was doing fine, but then I just don't know what happened at Besiktas. Ten Hag, I mean, you can give him pity because of the fact that like literally half of the Bayer Leverkusen squad was sold to other clubs.
You
But-
you reckon it was sold or players just didn't like
Just left,
fuck
yeah.
with him and just like didn't want to deal with
I
him?
mean, technically, even so, right? Like it was gonna like the players, like example, Frimpong left to go to Liverpool. What? Words also left to go to Liverpool.
Mm-hmm. Xhaka is in Sunderland.
Saka went to Sunderland.
Yeah, and I think it has to do with more of a money thing because the amount of money that Liverpool were paying for the players, I don't think Leverkusen want to turn them down. But the problem is that they got not enough draw players, and the fact that if you were to see that it's Erik ten Hag, right, as a player, right, you look at it, go like, do I really want to be there after what happened to Man United?
Look, I did mention in my video it's going to be a very interesting season for Bayer
Yeah.
Leverkusen. That was with Erik ten Hag at the helm. Now that he's gone, I'm actually more interested to see where they'll go this season and what kind of direction they'll take, especially with the signings they've made. I think they've made some really, really smart signings. It's just that they
Quansah
haven't really connected
and
yet
Flecken.
because, like you mentioned just now, half the squad is like gone, so they need time to reconnect. And
Yep.
so here's to hoping they find a good manager, and here's to hoping they have a more exciting season than initially predicted.
Yep, I agree. Paul, any thoughts of our ex-Man United managers before I move on to the main part of the show?
No lah. So basically, I think what Nets he sent a meme just now, right?
Yeah.
The Bayer Leverkusen board saw
The Bayer
two games-
Leverkusen board saw in 2
What-
games what Man United took 3 years to see.
I got no sympathy for him lah. Really, ever
Yeah,
since
neither do
the
I.
Cristiano saga, right? Yeah.
No, bro, I got no sympathy for him because he brought Onana.
No. To me, it was even when his first season he came in, and then I was like, okay, this guy is not it lah. You know.
Yeah, okay, but I will admit I had my stance on that thing. Right, I do kind of still stick to my stance at that point regarding Ronaldo's situation. But after that, it was just all went downhill from there. So with that, welcome to the Football Kaki. The intro was very chaotic because there was a lot of things that we had to kind of summarize up because there was a lot of things that actually happened in the past like 24
And
hours.
there was more information that came in while we were summing it up.
Yes, correct. So while we had to sum it up, we hope that you can kind of digest what happened in the past 7 minutes, in the past like 5 minutes plus. So today we have a few things we want to talk about. We got what's going on, and then we're gonna do a recap of the Liverpool versus Arsenal game. There is no match of the week because we are heading into the international break, so we will do something separate next week. We will let you know what exactly it is. But basically, you're going to watch the episode and you're going to find out what it is. So now, before we get into today's episode, we would once again like to thank our sponsor, Carnation Foot Care, for sponsoring this week's episode of the Football Kaki.
So, Carnation Foot Care, trusted by generations as the go-to foot care specialist for over 100 years. From scrubs to creams to plasters, Carnation has everything you need to give your feet the care they deserve.
Start your DIY foot spa with the exfoliating foot scrub made with natural walnut shell granules and a refreshing peppermint scent to gently smooth away dry, rough skin. Follow it up with their cracked heel cream, a rich, hydrating formula with peppermint oil to help repair and restore dry, cracked heel. And of course, there's their best seller, Carnation Corn Caps, medicated plaster designed to relieve pressure and remove corns effectively.
As a treat for our listeners, Carnation Foot Care is offering 30% off via an exclusive Shopee voucher. Just click the link in the episode description to claim it. Once again, big thanks to Carnation Foot Care for sponsoring this episode.
And now, let's get right back into this week's episode of the Football Kaki. With that, today we have our What's Going On. So I'm going to hand it over to Paul. Paul, what is the What's Going On for this week? And I know it's a transfer.
I think basically we mentioned it just now in in our quick fire warm up. I think what's going on is that this Jadon Sancho, right? He is going out on loan again. This time to another Premier League club. I think somewhat they have been known for taking in loan players or rejects in the past 2 seasons. So he's actually going to Aston Villa. Any thoughts on this move? I think he spent more time on loan than he actually did at United lah. So it's not a very good sign for him.
I hand over to Ned first. What do you think of the freedom factor?
I'm not gonna lie, I have no thoughts on him, man. I really don't. I don't have an opinion on Jadon Sancho. If anything, I kind of like him because he's part of the reason why Manchester United are having this big ass like downfall. You understand, as reported by some sites, this guy is on Mo Salah money, eh. This guy is on Mo Salah money.
He's on Mo Salah money.
And he refused to go to Roma because of a pay cut, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Dude, I would refuse to go to Roma if I was on Mo Salah money. What are you talking about, man?
You know what's the best part? Is that actually before they sent him out on loan at Villa, right? They actually triggered an extension to his contract just so that they will not lose him on a free next year.
That's actually pretty crazy. Look. Okay. On a serious note, football is a short career. You do what you can to earn to get the most value out of it as you can. Let's say like footballers maybe last 15 years if you're good.
Yep.
12 for most part, like you're never really gonna go over that 1-5 mark. Even double digits, I would say sometimes you can consider lucky. I mean, you see careers like Eden Hazard, he retired like 32, 33.
Yeah.
So yeah, football's a short career. You kind of want to do what you can to secure that back in that short period of time so that you're set for life. So I don't really blame him for that kind of move. If I was being paid £350,000 a week to sit on the bench or play FIFA at home and just not even show up for games, you bet your ass I'm gonna do that shit. But but yes, there is the pride aspect of it, which I also can empathize with, in that you're sitting on the bench for Manchester United club you're actively probably trying to kill at this point because of the way they've treated you, like the fans and the manager. So I kind of empathize with him. Also, not really, because it's kind of dickhead move. But we'll see from here. We'll see how he performs at Villa. I remember reading a bit of analysis that this guy was not really a PL kind of player. He needed the space in a slow league like Dortmund, and for the most part, it's actually worked out. I don't think he's a terrible player. Look, he helped Dortmund get to a Champions League final in the season that he returned on loan. So remains to be seen. I don't think Aston Villa's eventually gonna sign him. I think he will leave United for free. So the contract extension is kind of stupid, but we go from here.
Okay, like I think for me, right, I feel that this is just absolute ridiculousness. I can understand the fact that, okay, if I'm $150,000 a week, right, and I don't need to play football just to get $350,000 a week, okay, definitely I will take it. But the thing is that as a competitiveness as a footballer, right, that is just taking the easy way out, right, and basically without knowing it, right, he just destroyed his entire reputation because of the simple fact that like you're not playing football. You haven't been playing football like properly for the past few years. I mean, like you're looking at statistically, right? Since 2024, right, he's played about 45 games and he's only scored like 5 goals. If let's say your job is to create chances, to score goals as a winger, right, and you're getting that $350,000 a week Mo Salah money, right, 1 goal in like every 9 games is not good. So for me, I look at it more like if you decline an opportunity to play in a slow league because you want to prove yourself, okay, fine, fair. But you declined the opportunity, right? Even though the fee was agreed on, because you felt that you weren't getting paid enough. I kind of like have that issue.
It's very clear at this point, Jadon Sancho is purely playing football for the financial aspect of it.
Yes.
I am not an accountant. I am not going to calculate how much cost benefit he's going to get by staying at United for the full life of his contract versus going to somewhere else, having to actually play and then getting paid the lesser amount. I'm not going to calculate what's like the cost risk like ratio of it. What I will say, however, is that if you really wanted to, could have gotten that move back to Dortmund. It was always an option for him. So it's very, very clear he's playing at the financial aspect of it. And who can blame him? I mean, we sort of like praise players like Ruben Neves to move at Saudi. Ruben Neves is the same age as me for context. At like 26 or like 24, 25 years old. But like, he did it for very noble reasons. It was also for like the financial aspect.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like this like double standard, I feel, because Ruben Neves was loved at Wolves and people understood why he moved to Saudi. for financial reasons. Whereas if Jadon Sancho does the same thing, he just wants to look out for his finances. It's he's seen as a villain. But I understand the pride part because like for the most part, Jadon Sancho is shit, and that's the main difference between him and Ruben Neves.
It's like for like Ruben Neves or like let's say even Carlos Tevez when he did it to go to China, right? It's like there's a caliber to their play. Like Ruben Neves would have been touted by any of the bigger clubs if he really wanted to at that particular point in time. He could have gone to Real Madrid, he could have gone to Barcelona, he could have gone to like City, United, or even and Liverpool at the time. It's like clear cut. Okay, I'm going to Saudi to provide for my family and live and have a good life after that. Jadon Sancho, right, he's milking United all the way for the whole point is because you overpaid me. I'm gonna over welcome my stay, and no matter what, you're gonna make sure that I'm gonna get every single cent out of you. It's like a little kid, like, and you say you want freedom. You want freedom, eh?
That's United. That's United's fault for signing him.
Yeah, it's
that much
United's
money.
No, it's true, it's true. I don't have a question with that, but it's like you're a footballer, eh?
Like even Anthony, I think took a pay cut to go to Betis.
Anthony took a pay cut, like a massive pay cut. I think like about 50%.
Okay, well, let's be real here. Anthony enjoyed his time at Betis. I don't think Jadon Sancho can say the same thing at Chelsea. Maybe at Dortmund, but definitely not Chelsea.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. By the way, one United player finally went to Chelsea also. So Garnacho is at Chelsea.
Oh yes,
Nacho, your star boy.
Yeah, not anymore, lah, bro.
Not anymore. Yeah,
not anymore. I don't even know who's the star boy anymore.
Our academy profited 40 million, right?
40 million. Pure profit because he's
straight from academy.
Straight from academy. Liverpool did the same with Harvey Elliott, right? Pure profit also.
Loan.
Okay, so the Aston Villa deal, from what I've read, is a loan right now with an obligation by next season for 35 mil.
So that would mean that essentially, if you all do sell him, it's 35 million pure profit,
Ish. I do remember we did sign him from the Fulham senior team, but then we threw him into the U21s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that one probably will be a different matter. But speaking of Liverpool, let's talk about what we are here to talk about, which is Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool beat Arsenal 1-0 thanks to a magical Szoboszlai free kick in the 83rd minute. What a free kick. Everybody, all of us just went, oh my gosh, what a goal.
Yeah, I was speechless, honestly.
So I gotta say, right, like, what a goal. Net reaction to the goal?
That look, we found our trench replacement. That's all I'll say. Look, I'm so happy that Szoboszlai has found his confidence because I always knew he was a really good free kick taker.
Yeah.
It's just that he was never gonna go above Trent in the pecking order because Trent is that guy when it comes to free kick. He's like a lot of people call him like a Beckham regen, just with like worse defending. And honestly, yeah, kind of true. But look, I'm happy that Szoboszlai has given his confidence regarding free kicks. I think he's done a good job. He mentioned that he didn't actually practice that distance or that style of free kick in training. It was just something he had to conjure up from muscle memory because he was doing like shorter distances to try and get the confidence up. But wow, what a goal. That's all I can say, really. What a goal. I think it's definitely a contender for goal of the season next to like the Richarlison bicycle kick.
Okay, Paul, reaction to the goal?
Yeah, bro. As compared to the Declan Rice free kick, I think this was like heaven and hell, I think. And I think the way he struck the ball, right, reminded me of a very similar style like Juninho, you know, the Leon, you know, the 2004, you know Juninho.
Oh,
the Okudo days. Oh, do you remember? Do you know who's Juninho?
Oh, I remember.
Bro, the way he take the free kick.
I was trying to wait for Ned to process the whole situation.
Then
you know Juninho.
I do. I mean, he's lauded as like one of the greatest like free kick takers of all time.
So the similar style where they sort of like do a hop before they take the shot, you know, rather than lace the ball through. And yeah, so the way the trajectory of the ball flew, it was like a sort of like a knuckleball, you know.
But I would say that like maybe the way that the shot happened, right, is like when I saw that free kick go in, I was like, oh, that's a very nice goal. Then you saw the replay, right? There was no way in heck, right, any keeper would have saved that because Raya is like full stretch. There's only one.
Do you see Raya's positioning? He was standing so far to the to the right.
Okay, actually, Szoboszlai did a really smart thing before he took the free kick.
Yep.
Because Gakpo and Wirtz were in the wall in front. He signaled them to move to close the gap. It's sort of like blocked Raya's view, so he didn't have a lot of time to react to what was going on at the time. So yeah, really interesting. Actually, a lot of stories have come out of the like free kick, like more than you would think. Like how Solskjaer would train like back in the day for his free kicks. Suddenly there's the law about him taking the free kick during the Euro 2022 qualifiers. Yeah. Hey, was it 2022? No, 2024 qualifiers. Yeah.
24, yeah.
That viral free kick that kept circling around, and it's making its rounds again because it's a very similar free kick and free kick position. Also, shout out to the new PL feature of like the referee cam. Do you guys see that footage? Oh my goodness, it felt like FIFA. It felt like watching FIFA with the ref cam there. Wow, what an angle. But oh shoot. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, beautiful goal. And you can call it like a bad game or whatever, but I don't know. I've still found the game really entertaining despite the fact that it was like 0-0 for like 80% of the time.
Okay, I think like we've talked about the goal, right? I think let's move on to like the main portion of this game, right? And let's talk about like Arsenal in a sense, right?
Oof.
Wow,
it was bad.
Can I be really frank? I'll just give my thoughts first before I move it over to both of you, right? Like, there's no way this Arsenal team is gonna ever even contend. I don't even think you can call them second. They don't even finish second, bro. Like, this team, right, yesterday looked like they were just trying to survive. They didn't even try to look like they were trying to win it.
Draw, yeah.
Like Ned, I asked Paul yesterday when I was watching the game, I was like, did Arsenal even get a shot? This was like the 80th minute, just before the free kick. I was like, did Arsenal even create one chance? Then he was like, maybe the Madueke one. Then I was like, that's it. So it's like, imagine, right? your biggest threat is Madueke. Like that's mind blowing to me. I don't know. Ned, your thoughts?
Keep going because I'm gonna go on a long ass rant. So like, get your thoughts out now while you can.
Okay. Paul, before I hand over to Ned.
The only thing, right, before the start of the game, right, when I saw Arteta at Anfield, right, the only thing I could remember of was the thing that he put the speakers on the Arsenal training ground, right? And then he played the "You Never Walk Alone," trying to simulate the environment for the players. Right? That was so like cringe, you know. That when the first thing I saw Arteta at Anfield, right, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know which one you're talking about. He still does it. What that video was like, he still does it, right?
If your manager is like so fixated on doing things like that, right? Like they try to do the unconventional ways to, we need to do this in order to win. You know, you all need to play through the "You Never Walk Alone" before you all can even score a goal.
Do you hear that Arteta hires like he brings the team out for dinner during the season, and he hires a pickpocket to teach them to always be on their toes.
Oh, I heard about that story.
I was telling Elle this year. They said he wanted the Arsenal, the Emirates, the tunnel to be removed.
Yeah, he wanted the tunnel
because the opponents cannot hear the atmosphere of the Emirates, so they're not intimidated in the tunnel.
Then in my mind I'm thinking like, since when anybody gets intimidated by the Emirates? Like
intimidated by the tifo.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I think
even
overall
Sunderland had a better tifo on opening day.
Yeah.
Bro, you know that tifo, right, is like a normal Arsenal flag, just enlarged.
They just made it a bigger size.
Yeah, but made it a bigger size.
Honestly, when I watched the game, right, they looked like they were just playing for a draw, man. Like that's all I could think about. Like Gyökeres was like half Fleet Merchant, is it?
Oh, bro, breaking news: Benjamin Pavard to Olympique Marseille. Here we go.
Pavard.
Yeah.
I felt like he has switched club many times.
A lot of times.
Not really. Actually, he went from
PSG, Bayern, right?
PSG to Bayern, then Bayern to Inter. Now, I think he stayed at Inter for like 2 years. Okay, sorry. Back to the Arsenal rant. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I think apart from that, maybe Saka and Saliba, right? Odegaard also was on the bench.
Yep.
So I think from what I saw from the Arsenal fans' reactions, they were quite angered that they started Merino rather than like Eze, you know. Yeah.
But the thing is, right, like you put Odegaard on, also no difference. Yeah, there was barely anything. Like you put even if you put on Eze had some moments where like they were cutting in, and then there was that penalty shout, the one where he tumbled over. Right. Other than that, right, like it was nothing.
Martinelli was like just running himself out of the field.
Bro, everybody was chasing Martinelli because Martinelli, right, was running down the wing, and then Gyökeres was
He
open,
ran
and then
himself
passed,
out of
and he
the field.
dribbled himself out of the field.
No, but I get why they started Martinelli because Martinelli is a good omen for them at Anfield. He typically does like at least he probably gets at least one GA per game at like Anfield.
At
so
Anfield,
I get
yeah.
why he's starting there, but
Yeah.
it's not working out at this moment in time.
Yeah. I see that, right. So
Mediocre race, right? They call it.
mediocre is.
Oh man.
Okay. So right, Paul, you got anything else to say before I hand over to Ned?
I have nothing to say, bro. The result speaks for itself.
All right, Ned, the floor's yours.
Okay, look, I'm going to start by saying I'm going to give Mikel Arteta some credit. He's brought a new style of like pressing to football, which I kind of admire. It's called depressing. So, look, you're coming to Anfield. He's very clearly playing for a draw. He started 4 centre backs and 3 defensive midfielders. No creativity whatsoever. He's not playing for a win here. He's playing for a draw, or at least he's playing not to lose. Like, okay, I get Odegaard is injured, or at least like not like to full fitness. He doesn't want to start. Eze is right there.
Yeah.
Like I know Martinelli is a good omen, but at some point, right,
Eze,
you have to have some sort of creativity on the field. There was nothing. There was no chance creations. Nothing. Zubi doo. What is he gonna do? Oh my goodness! This guy, we almost we almost signed Zubi doo. Oh my goodness! Like Gravenberch masterclass performance, like locked up that midfield. Mikel Merino is just okay, decent player. He's a good DM. Maybe he's not like the pinnacle of like modern DMs, but it's not like he's a very good chance creator. Neither is Declan Rice. And to come to to Anfield and start essentially 4 centre backs, like Calafiori used to play centre back. Timber also played centre back, and then you have your 2 regular centre backs. He's very clearly trying to play for a draw here.
Yep.
And it's very, I don't know, it's very infuriating to watch. Like even like listening to like goodness sake, a former Manc in Peter Schmeichel saying, "Oh, I wanted Liverpool to win today." You know how shocking that is to hear.
Yeah,
like
it
to
is.
hear a Manchester United legend say, "I want Liverpool to win." It's honestly crazy. Look, this game is like the exemplary reason why
He won't win the league.
he's not gonna win anything. Like, okay, I can eat my words. Like maybe in like 2 or 3 years time, he wins maybe an FA Cup, maybe a Carabao Cup. I don't think he wins anything major. The way he plays football is like it's so naive. You came to Anfield to park the bus. Like, do you not learn from like Ange Postecoglou like last year in the Carabao Cup semi-finals when Spurs were 1-0 up? They came to Anfield, they parked the bus, they ended up eating 4. Like, it's such a naive way of thinking about football. And yes, there are like flashes of brilliance, especially playing against like relegation fodder like Leeds or something. I get it. The football can be attractive. But the fact that he chooses not to play free-flowing football, like, and at least try and get a win, it just tells me like his mentality as manager and why it's probably never going to work out. Like, all the best to Mikel Arteta, but wow, I am.
Bro, and like they are like how they usually score goals through corners, right? They were like completely useless yesterday. Through their corners.
They were like trying to set up for like a corner every single time. Like,
Yep.
Declan Rice will go to the corner like 60%. I know it's probably a fake stat. Like 60% of the possession was Declan Rice walking to corners.
Yep.
It probably is a fake stat. But yeah, dude, I had to give it to Madueke. I didn't think he was gonna do this well for Arsenal. So far, he's been looking like a decent Saka backup.
Yep.
But unfortunately, Kirkes just had a game of his life and just locked him up.
Yep.
Like, it wasn't even okay. There were moments, but like it wasn't close. And like, dude, I'll give it to them that they look so much better once they brought on once they brought on Odegaard. Like, I'm gonna disagree with you that I was genuinely quite scared when these two came on. Because like you can see like they were a lot more free flowing. They were a lot more like link up plays. I think it was just too little too late for the Arteta side. So yeah, dude, like both teams, fair game, locked each other up. It's just that separated by one moment of brilliance and maybe some really bad man management from Mikel Arteta choosing to park the bus at Anfield. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yep, I agree. Because like, okay, for me, right, I look at it more as a totality in the sense where, from what I see, like, there's always this thing where like how good a club is, you have to always pass like the eye test, like, see how good they actually are and everything, right? Like Liverpool, you can see that just by looking at them, okay, they've got everything together, they can win, they are gonna do their best to attack. With Arsenal, right, it looked like they were just scared. You want to win the league, you want to say that, okay, I'm trying to do intimidation, everything, right? But nobody's really intimidated because everybody knows that you're just going to revert back to what you really do. You just basically take a corner kick. That's what happened during this game. Is you could tell Arsenal were just playing for corner, or they were trying to get a corner kick. It was only until, like, I do agree that Odegaard and Eze, when they came on, right? But it wasn't so much so that like the chance creation was so significantly better or great, because either way they still couldn't get past the defenders anyway. So it's more or less like, is it really like worth it to keep this manager around anymore? Or is it just more or less time, like Arsenal, you're not going to do well under this? Because if this is your tactic against the league champions, the team that beat you last year and the team that is expected for you to challenge them, yesterday basically showed that you guys are not worthy and you're going to hand everything over to them. Because City don't look good. It's not going to be a good thing in the long run. So, I mean...
So you're just going to play catch up. Like,
yeah.
When it's only like September just started, right?
Correct.
I think
It's like only 4 games.
that's why I said when this first time Victor Gyökeres and they were getting the squad together, is that it just all feels a little bit like too little too late.
Yeah.
The way that Arteta plays his men, he goes in with a plan, doesn't really work out. He tries to change the plan, but it's just there's not enough time for them to like really build the momentum to go and get the goal. Same thing with like signing a striker. They delayed it so long that it's
Like 2
not
years.
it's not really a part of his game plan. You can see Victor Gyökeres just looks so uncomfortable out there because
Yeah.
Arteta's been
Agreed.
playing without like a true number 9 for so long. The fact that now he has to like integrate one and
Accommodate.
try and get him to understand his game plan, or even try to adapt to Victor Gyökeres' strength. It's a lot of teething and like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's setting them back a lot. It reminds me when Liverpool actually switched systems also, like going from a deep lying like playmaking, almost a 10 sort of figure in Roberto Firmino to suddenly signing Darwin Núñez to play up top, and like
Yep.
it was just a lot of teething issues.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll see a lot of shades of that, but I don't know. It remains to be seen whether Mikel Arteta keeps his job. To me, if he doesn't win like the PL or CL next year, like if I was Arsenal board, like he's gone. Like thanks for everything. Like what he's built off a base of like Arsenal Football Club, considering where they are when he first came in. Great, like a great rebuild manager. Best analogy to describe it is Mikel Arteta has the reach, but he doesn't have the grasp
Yep.
of it. So I think they just need that manager to finally get the grasp on like and get the trophies that this squad like truly deserves. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, squad quality. It's just managers, not tactics, or not. Everything is a bit everywhere, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Before I close off and hand over the ball before the end of this episode, right? I think I agree with everything that you said. It's also the capability and the depth of this squad, right? And the talent of this squad, right? Is being underutilized, right? Because of a manager's incompetence or his capability. So I can't like really say that, I can give Arteta another year. Bro, if halfway through the season you're not gonna win the league, right? Just sack him. Like just get it over and done with already. like what's the point? I mean, like you've given him ample time. He's finished second multiple times. He's gonna play Forest, then they're gonna play City, and they're gonna play Newcastle, right? So if let's say these next few games you don't come away with you come away with maybe 1 win out of 3, right? It's as good as done already. Like what's the point?
Oh, Dad, let me tell you about this crazy little thing called sentimentality.
Oh,
So okay,
United is best at
Oh.
it. Man.
look,
No, United or Arsenal.
Arsenal. So
Arsenal.
they stuck with essentially sort of, I guess you can consider Mikel Arteta a club legend at Arsenal. I don't know. I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I can't speak for that. But yeah, you've come out and they rebuilt under a manager who understands the club really well, considering he was a former player. I think at most, if he were to leave, or if like the club would be happy for him to leave, was if he had won a trophy, because at least they can say they achieved something together. He
Yeah.
feels his job is not done. But what I think they don't understand is that a ceiling has been reached. There is nothing more that can be done.
Yeah.
But because of that emotional attachment, because as a former player, as someone who's took them out of the trenches and now challenging for like CL, PL, even though they're not there yet, I think it's a little bit harder to get rid of. It's sort of like us with like Klopp. Like we could never say like, yeah, Jurgen Klopp should leave the club. No, who the fuck in the right mind is gonna say, you know, Jurgen Klopp should be leaving Liverpool? His time is up. He's tired. You know, even when he's made his announcement that he was tired, but it was time. It really was time, and I'm glad eventually now in hindsight that he's left to make way for a manager in Arne Slot. But yeah, it's just a crazy little thing, like what emotions can do to a football fan. I think
even
really,
to add on that is like the last few years of Arsene Wenger. So you know, I think
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like it came to a point where they were like cursing him out. It's like he left a little bit too late, you know, that kind of thing. But eventually he did He did resign on his own, and then
Actually, now that I think about it, now that all these points are coming out, I feel like Arsenal are a very like emotional club. It reflects in like all aspects.
They've always been.
Like no, yeah, but it reflects in like all aspects of the club. Like I think now, like I'm making the connection that, you know, too sentimental about the manager. Both managers that have brought them success, Mikel Arteta and, well, success in the very loose sense of the word in the rebuild phase, Mikel Arteta, Arsene Wenger, and even their like transfers, they don't know when to let a player go. The record sale was like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for like 40 mil. It's the same thing. They just don't know when to say, okay, it's time to go. It's time to stop.
They were saying what they don't want to trade Martinelli for Mbappe, right?
Yeah, that's the crazy part. You don't want to trade Martinelli for Mbappe. Shit, man.
And then whenever the best right winger for in EPL history, they always bring up Saka.
You get me started. Saka is such a... Okay, I don't want to say it because I'm gonna have like very angry comments
just
about Arsenal fans.
Let's just leave it at that, right? Let's just say that like as long as this goes on, right, AFTV is gonna be continuously hilarious. And so is DR Sports. But we will move on from that, right? I think, guys, we're going to close out the episode because there's really no match of the week this coming week because of the international break. So let's see what's going to happen over the next few days on the transfer window, and then we're going to see what's actually going to happen like when the player comes up, because United are going to play City.
Yeah, that's the following game.
That's the following game, right? And then the week after is going to be Arsenal against City. Yeah. So we shall see. City is not doing well for the first time in a long time. United's above City. I am kind of shocked. But we will not go into that. So with that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki. Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Chatter Podcast Network. For those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope you continue to watch our shows, which are the Kopi Bros every Monday, where we've got fun interviews lined up for you. And usually I will say that we have the SG draft, but unfortunately that is no longer a show anymore. Please go and check out our final draft that happened last week, where we picked some of the more iconic moments. We do have a brand new show coming up soon, which we will announce in due time. So with that, boys, any last thoughts before we end off the show?
I'm gonna go watch a comedy movie after this.
Make sure you take care of your hamstrings.
Yeah, United Burnley. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Are you gonna watch that movie?
Oh, Burnley. I'll never forget this season's Burnley.
Bro, watch Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso.
This is a streets should forget side.
She should never forget it.
She should never forget.
No, this is streets should
forget.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so with that, thank you everybody. What is it?
Stoppable on his day.
Stoppable on his day. Fantastic.
Alright, so that's it for this week's episode. Thank you once again. Have a great week ahead. See you soon. Bye-bye.